Hello. Long day. I want to talk today a bit about what reconnecting means for putting the social media, the social back into social media. I've been working in online communities and building online communities for years and years. I've got 38,000 followers on Twitter and I don't know why. And I meet people there and it's interesting, and I see so many people addicted to social media that I thought it's an interesting idea to take a look at what's going on. Now, about a year ago, there was a video that was going around the web that talked about the concept of social media. And it was basically a spoken word video, one of those rhyming ones that are really like, oh God, this is so artsy, this is amazing. And it was this poor man who basically lost his life by going on social media, and it was called Look Up. So it was all about don't look down on your phone, look up, look around you, have real conversations, And it had lots of good points in it. It has lots of very important points in it that, for example, depression is on the rise because people are just texting away rather than living, and people don't communicate with each other, and people break up over texting while they're sitting next to each other and these kind of things. But it was a bit smarmy. It came across as a bit with a title that long, it was Look Up, a spoken word film for an online generation. What does an online generation mean? So will there be a next one that's offline again and online again? And if you don't like that kind of format, what do? Of course, you record another spoken word video that complains about it and says look down. It's not that bad. Look up is okay, but look down on your phone. I get updates from my mom. This is amazing. My mom lives far away. I could have called her as well, but fair enough. And that was even worse, because this kind of gesture that he does there was part of the whole movie. So I was just oh God, guys, stop fighting over social media. Don't argue about look down or look up. I think it's about looking around us and being curious about things and being understanding what's going on there. And that's what social media to me was always about. I saw the internet as a way to communicate with people. That's how I started with it. I was a radio consultant, radio journalist, and then I found the internet and I'm like, cool, I can talk to people in China. And I don't need to fly there, and I don't need to call them on the phone, which might cost some money, and I don't understand their language. So to me, social media is just the next evolution of avoiding communication. And we've always done that. You see, people have their newspapers, and they just sat there and don't talk to me. And now we got our phones, and you're like, hey, I'm creative while I'm not talking to you. And that's the big thing. That's the main differentiator between us. We've always been awkward next talking to each other. We don't like to talk to each other when we don't know each other. You see that outside here. I'm the kind of asshole that goes up to people and starts conversations. And I have no ulterior motive about it either. I just want to start a conversation. If we like each other, great. Let's build a chicken farm and save hunger, do these kind of things. If we don't like each other, okay, let's move on. At least we covered that period where we're all sitting on the train reading the same ad again. Why not? We got nothing to lose. But with mobiles and with the mobile revolution and social media, we all became these makers. And we started doing things. And how rude are we that we actually text and tweet to another all the time while we're in conversations? Well, you go back to science fiction for the reason. Because the need of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. The world needs to know how beautiful my sandwich is, and your relationship problems are not that important. The world follows me because I'm awesome on the internet. I need to share this. I'm the only person that thinks about that video of that cat that's been seen 6 million times on YouTube. I should send that to Twitter again as well, because nobody has found it before me, right? And we get in love with that. The online life is our life, the enhanced version. Physical world is grimy, it's dirty. Physical Chris has problems. Do I sweat? Is my shirt right? Physical Chris has all these issues, and internet Chris, I don't have these problems. I can Photoshop myself to be pretty. Okay, it takes a lot of time, but I would. But the physical world lets you down. These notes are empty. Why do I have them? That makes no sense. But the physical world never did this to me, and we get in love with the people that we are online. and we start nurturing them, and we start thinking we are these people, and we do less and less interactions in real life because it takes too much time to get the online version out there. Online Chris would never stand on stage with something red pointing down to his entertainment area after he'd forgotten to zip it up. Sorry about that. Online Chris is better than that. Stupid Chris in the real world is like that. So, oh my God, I gotta make online Chris better, right? Nobody needs offline Chris anyways. And this faster speed of updates and this becoming somebody who puts things on the web makes us think we need to do more and more and more and more. We need to get more exciting. We need to be the person online that people follow and that are inspirational in everything we do. And then when we're not creative, we start putting things there that are not ours. We retweet clever things. We give quotes by people, like, these clever quotes, like, the problem with online quotes is that you never know where they came from. Franklin Roosevelt. Something like that. And we get addicted to that. Why is online Chris, when he's so much better than offline Chris, not getting 6,000 likes? What did I do wrong? What do I have to do to get more likes? Like this lady wondering why she's not being texted on her rotary phone. Okay. And this leads to addiction. And addiction comes in various formats and forms, and many people are addicted to online updates and to basically talk to the world and get likes and get comments and get tweets. And I'm like, I'm so exciting, I'm so amazing. Shame in real life nobody wants to know about me. And we do more and more. And it's the same addiction we had everywhere else. We had them with gambling machines, we had them with lotteries, we have them with everything. Because every single social media is built on addiction. It's built on keeping you there and doing more updates and getting more points, and you have to reach another level if you do more sharing. It's like this, there's these experiments with rats that if they press a button, a pellet comes out, and if that happens every single time, the rat stops after 3 times. Cool, I need food, I get food. But if you make the button that only randomly food appears, the rat goes on and on and on and on and on. That's what Facebook is. That's what Twitter is. That's what a lot of things are, because it's so random. You don't get like every like for a non-like. And that's why people start things like internet argument fights, when people go left and right and talk about the things and keep a conversation going after it's been finished, after there was no problem any longer. Yeah, but what if you do like this? Then it will break again, right? You're an idiot. And it goes on and on. That makes people also think they are much more than they are. When they get more in love with that online personality of them, then things like that happens. Modeling seductively with my grandpa's grave. I'm not sure Grandpa approves. Also, seductively at a grave, what are you trying to do there? This is illegal, or at least it's too obvious. I don't know what's going on there. Or really, really bad ideas. Yes, you will get lots of likes, and you will get lots of comments when you put your unmentionables on the internet, like your sweater pillows or your dangly bits. You also give the bad people off the internet blackmail material. Think about, before you put anything that is nudity or even like swimwear and stuff on a public forum. Sending it to each other, to somebody you love and you trust, go ahead, go nuts. But just for getting a few likes on Facebook, doing a half-sexual picture of yourself, very bad idea. If you need to do it, at least be safe about it. At least remove the metadata of the image. Because somebody like me with a slight technical knowledge can find in any image that you take with your iPhones where it's been taken, which phone was used, and in 10 meters surrounding where you took that thing and at which time. Which is hard to tell that, like, oh no, that wasn't me. So make sure that at least you remove that data. Men, if you think about putting your proudest moment to send them to women, don't. Simple as that. We're heading towards a future, if we go on like the way we do right now, that was very much nicely described in the movie Her. The movie Her was basically showing that he fell in love with an interactive computer, with an artificial intelligence, rather than real life, because it's so much better, because that person is made for me and responds to me. And we do the same with our online identity, and that's a sad, sad thing. On the other hand, I loved that movie because it was not a science fiction film with like explosions and robots kicking the shit out of each other. It was just what we could become if we go on the way we go right now. And I think the biggest problem about social media now is that quantity replaced quality. all social media sites need to have a lot of, need to have a lot of traffic. Things have to move all the time. 60 million users, not enough. We need 100 million users. Half of them spam bots, who cares? Numbers, numbers, numbers. That thing has been sent around 6,000 times. Good, make it 20,000 times. If people like it, cool, we can show them ads. And that wasn't always the case. One of the sites that I spent a lot of time on, the forums, is called Beta in England. Most inappropriate humor, no holds barred, but at the same time super creative. Almost everything that was viral in the last 10 years came from that site. And Reddit is another one that is a really good resource, but yeah, it's too big. It's too hard to get around Reddit. And Beta had one thing that no social media site does back then, and that is something called, in the charming fashion, the glass cock search. What that was about, that was one of the first viral pictures that came around when it was there. It's this lady winning a golf trophy that looks slightly unfortunate, hence the name. And many, many people started tweeting that, posting that thing over and over again. And the admins realized, like, we know, we've seen it. It's not shocking anymore, it's not amazing anymore. We've seen it. So they changed the form to submit things on the website. The form, first of all, tells you, like, please post anything funny, interesting, or stuff you've made, but no porn and no shock sites. As simple as that. Moderators make sure that this stuff doesn't get through. And then it also says, like, if it's not safe for work, if there's sweary bits in there, then tick this. And if you made it, tick this as well. The things that have I made this get listed higher than the others. We basically helped people to be creative and do their own stuff, rather than just finding something funny and posting it there. And once you posted something that was already known, you get this error message and say, like, this was already posted. And then it shows you the list of how many times it was posted. Basically shaming into, like, okay, I'm not as creative as I thought I was. Which is good. And this is what I think social media lacks, because people just send the same crap over and over and over again. Like chain letters from 1993, things that I've read before, like old videos, things, animated GIFs from a TV series. Wow, great, you're so creative. You've showed something from Anchorman, which nobody has done before you. So I think it's time for social media disobedience. It's time for us to think about ourselves and think how other people are using social media and clean it up. And not be a number. Not play the numbers game. Not post things to get more likes. Not post things to get more comments that say, rather than a real human emotion and somebody really getting excited about your stuff. Post less, post better. Fight redundancy. This is when you get a car in America, a rental car, you get these two sets of keys on a ring that you can't open. I don't know why, but it seems to me all the time this is happening on the web as well. Oh, you posted that funny picture again. Great, it was only like 2 weeks ago. I'm so stupid I forgot about it already. Thank you. No, don't do the same things over and over again. Look at how many times something has been posted and maybe put a comment there instead of reposting it again. And there's where memes come in. I hate memes. I hate them because it's not creative. It's basically a picture that depicts already some sort of message and you put some funny word on top of it. Oh, wow, that's amazing. That's like doing a painting by numbers picture and then trying to sell it to an arts dealer. There's nothing in there. It's just traffic, traffic, traffic. Ooh, look, I've done something funny. We already know it's funny before we post it. Another thing to do is to fight misinformation. Snopes.com is a very, very old website. One of the first ones I looked at, 97, 98. And it just shows you if something is real or not real online. And look at anything that you get on Facebook that sounds impressive. Go to Snopes.com, check it out if it's real, and if it's not real, tell them like, oh, actually this is this and this and this. Be that person. Be that person that cleans it up. And above all, be surprising. Do something other people don't. Use grammar. Full sentences. Disagree with somebody and at the same time thank them for being creative. Use whatever talent you have and bring a bit of happiness into this world. There you go. You can tweet that. Play phone Jenga. Anybody knows that? You go to lunch break, you put all the phones on top of each other. The first person to touch his phone has to pay the full bill. You're forced to talk to each other instead. And keep your eyes and minds open, of course. We can now clean up and say everything is awful and everything is like, oh my God, that's not creative, you've got to do something else. The stories behind the things are the things that are exciting. This is Penny, Penelope Pickles. She's a hoggette, which is the zoological perfect term for female hedgehog. I just made that up, but fair enough. She has a website where there's lots of pictures of her and videos of her and this kind of conversation that she has with her mommy. And I had no idea what's going on there. I cannot read it most of the time, but it's a very nice website. I love hedgehogs, so I just like, cool, I go there all the time. But the conversation and the comments she gets is all in that language as well, and I'm like, that's a bit tiring, that is so weird. But then I'm like, okay, fair enough, let's see what's going on there. And I had a workshop in Toronto where Penelope Pickles lives. And I'm the kind of guy who just goes on Facebook and pings the lady and says, like, let's go for a coffee. I want to meet Penelope. And she's like, yeah, okay. Okay, I was shocked, fair enough. So I thought she came for the coffee, and we went to a coffee place, and we had a coffee, and then halfway through the conversation, she got Penny out, and I was happy playing with the hedgehog there. Then we got kicked out of the cafe, so we played with the hedgehog outside. And she told me the story of Penny, and I was amazed, because her owner was suffering from depression herself. She wasn't happy about her life. She wasn't happy about having conversations with real people. She was too tired for that. She was not getting the satisfaction from social media that she got in the past. She not got the affection from men that she didn't like. She basically it didn't work for her. So she said, I gotta have something in my life that's cute and innocent and funny. And she got herself a hedgehog. And then she said, now I'm gonna talk through that hedgehog to the world, just because I want to. I don't want to be myself anymore online. I just want to tell the stories of Penny, what I experience with that hedgehog every day. And then the letters came in from people thanking her from the heart of giving them something to live for in the morning. Which sounds sad, but this is the sadness that we have in social media that nobody talks about. This is the darkness, this is the depression. These are the people that are suicidal and go online and share too much. And they go to her and say, this morning I felt really, really down. I opened my Facebook, I saw Penny, and I saw the conversation, and I started my day. And this is the beautiful story in the more obvious ones that you should have the power and you feel encouraged to actually find. And I found that amazing. Little hog, big heart. And it was just beautiful to see that something that I thought was like very viral and very like, oh, she just wants to have likes, change her life and changes lives around her every single day, just because it's cute, it's innocent, and she puts a lot of effort into it. So don't look up. Don't look down. Look sideways, left and right. Look inside and outside. Look around you. Look silly. Look smart. Before you know it, you can say, look what I've done. And that is social media. What you've done, what you are. Not what is amazing and viral and gets you lots of likes. Thank you very much.